Hello there. What is going on, everyone? We're going to talk about Halo Flashpoint today. We're going to ask the question, what is Halo Flashpoint? We're going to talk about it. A little bit of news has been put out there just recently, and in the exciting time of Adepticon, it's very possible that maybe some of you have missed this, and since most of my audience is science fiction based, a lot of Star Wars content here on the channel, I think Halo kind of fits the bill. It's definitely right up the alley of a lot of my viewers, and certainly myself. I've been playing Halo since it first came out, whether it was doing LAN parties, joining Xboxes together. Dude, we did this in Iraq. I mean, we were like playing these, like when I was in the Army, we used to like have Halo LAN parties all the time. It was one of the things that, that helped R&R time during deployments and has stayed with me ever since. So a lot of fun times had playing Halo. The most recent one was actually pretty awesome, by the way, except they got rid of the co-op, right? But Halo Flashpoint is a way to play on your tabletop. And it's a Spartan-based, well, not only Spartans, we'll talk about that. There's a whole lot to this game. It looks very, very cool. Here's a little screenshot of the Spartan edition. There's a couple of different editions. We'll talk more about that as we get further into the video. Mantic is putting this one out. Mantic is a well-known, games manufacturer. I've backed a Kickstarter of theirs a long time ago, so I have some Mantic miniatures in the collection. So they're definitely a trustworthy company, and they've certainly been around for a very, very long time. So this is exciting to have, an established IP coming from an established, publisher, and it's not just a tabletop game. It's also going to come with terrain. It's going to come with everything you need to play the game, and it looks pretty exciting. If you guys are new here to the channel, we are still there's a few days left to enter to win that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. We'll be announcing the winner at the end of one of my videos this week. So there are still a few days left to enter to win. And don't worry, we'll do another giveaway after this one, so no problem there. What is Halo Flashpoint? It's a tactical miniature skirmish game. It's got Spartans fighting each other. They're going to be red and blue. It's very cool. We're going to look at some of the miniatures in a little more detail in a moment. It plays on a 2x2 board. It seems to me that this is really meant to kind of replicate that deathmatch quality, that online multiplayer that you would get of Halo. It doesn't look like you're going through a campaign with this. It's not like you're trying to, play single player in some or a cooperative in some kind of long drawn out campaign. This is the action of Halo. This is the that death match that get in there, run around the map, collect upgrades, and blow up your opponents. Hit them with your rifles, hit them with melee attacks, throw grenades, pick up power ups throughout the map. There's power-up cards, and it also seems like it is very much based on where you have a card that's showing you what your character does. You're not going to have to just go to a book for everything. You're going to have those cards. So I think existing players of games like Legion and stuff like that will be able to kind of get into this right away. Shatterpoint even, a lot of the terrain looks like it could even be compatible with games like that as well. So if you wanted to cross over your game terrain a little bit, that might work. If you pick this up, maybe you'll have extra Legion or Shatterpoint terrain too. If maybe you want to have Darth Vader kind of land on on a Halo world or on a Halo itself, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, the terrain is pretty cool. It looks like it's pretty substantial terrain too. It's looks to be like that HDF or MDF or where they kind of that printed on the sides, which is very cool. So it looks like it's something like that where the pieces are going to interlock and fit together. They're all so double-sided, so you can build a building to be more darker or more brighter. So when you're putting your terrain together, you can kind of say, you know what, I want this to look like a shipping container. Oh no, I want this to look like a building and stuff like that. So you're going to have a lot of different options as you build the terrain, which is very cool. This is a really cool thing about this is there's a cube system in this game. And I believe Mantic has done this with another game or two in the past, but I'm not very familiar on all of Mantic's games. So I'm interested to learn more about the cube system, but it basically eliminates the need for a measuring tape or a range tool. You're not going to have to measure range from one person to another because you can just count the cubes in between them. Well, I like this system a lot because it allows a more ease of play kind of experience that you might get from a lot of board games where like, oh, you're 3 cubes away, so that's range 3 or something to that effect. But it also goes up with height as well, which is a very cool concept. And it makes me really interested to learn more about this game. It seems like it will be very beginner to immediate, very friendly to everyone from the beginning, just getting into miniatures gaming, even for people who are already established at miniatures gaming that don't want to have to learn a really complex new rule system. I'm not saying that the rules aren't complex, but they certainly are. They're shown to be pretty easy to absorb, but still to have complexity when it comes to the gameplay and the decisions that you make. Not in having to look up, all right, how do I get from this cube to that cube? All right, well, first I have to roll to see if I trip and fall over my own 2 feet. Then I got to roll, calf strength. Then I have to roll knee strength, to see if I can jump that high. Then I need to roll arm strength. It's not, I don't think it's going to be that complicated. So it looks like it'll be pretty simplistic as far as the basic rules. And it looks like it will be pretty rewarding when you're actually getting to play because there's some other cool parts that we're going to see here. For example, it uses a D8 system for the most part, but there are some proprietary-looking D6s that are in there. There's extra dice packs as well. But a D8 system isn't too uncommon. A lot of games use a D6 system, but difference is you can go up to 8 on these. A lot of the basic terminology and things that we're going to see seem to reference, basic rolls. 3 up for RA, whatever that is. I don't know exactly what all of these terms mean. SV maybe is save. HP, I'm guessing, is hit points. There's 2 shields on some of the cards, so you're going to have basic unit cards, which is very cool. And you also have a slot on the cards that say pickup slot because you'll be able to pick up power-ups throughout the game. They show us a couple of those as well, with the energy sword, gravity hammer, and the S7 sniper rifle. It's pretty cool, and it's interesting they say energy sword ranged. I'm curious if there's if that's a flip card or if there's a different version, because if you notice on the gravity hammer, which is a very cool weapon by the way, it says range CC. I'm guessing that stands for close combat, you're right on top of somebody. But then the energy sword says range 1, which I thought was a really cool throwback to the thematics of how this game is trying to capture the deathmatch experience. Because if you've ever played Halo multiplayer or even Halo anything after Halo 1, you get when your cursor just turns red right over that opponent, you hit that energy sword and you can dash to them. And so it's just it allows for some amazing plays. And so I like that the energy sword has slightly longer range than normal close combat weapons, which is very cool. Again, it looks awesome. I love the idea of going around picking up power-ups during the match. So you might not start out with the energy sword, but you can pick one up. Now, here's another cool thing that I think some people are going to like, and I think some people are going to like a lot. These miniatures come pre-painted and, pre-colored and pre-assembled. So this is kind of how they're going to come straight out the box. You'll be able to play it right out of the box. You'll have your red team and your blue team straight out the box. Very, very cool. Depending on which version you get, if you get the Recon version, I think you're only getting 4 miniatures per color, so I think 8 total, so 4 red, 4 blue. And if you get the Spartan edition, I think is the full edition, which is of course the one I think most of us would want to get. You get 16 Spartans, 8 per side, so you'll have more options on how you want to build out your squad. And then they do also, you can paint them up. They showcase some on the website, they showcase some really nice painted versions. And this is another thing I think is really cool because these will be really fun to paint. I love armored characters, especially if you struggle with painting, you can actually, even a novice painter is going to be able to make some Halo Spartans look really, really good by putting a base coat down, a wash, and then just a dry brush. Because you have so many raised platforms on armor plating, even a dry brush really helps make that armor pop. So this is going to be very fun miniatures to paint. And I think that's a really cool thing. And then, of course, the higher your skill, the more you can bring out with those. But even a basic level, you can highlight them very much so. And if you don't have any painting skill at all, you don't have to, because you can just leave them as red versus blue. Your team is still going to be identifiable, which is very cool. And if you get that Spartan edition, you're also going to get some. I'm not going to say Covenant, but these are the Banished. I believe these are the guys from the last 2 Halo games that were like that Banished clan of Covenant that are basically the main antagonists and whatever the current Halo, the most recent one, Infinite, I think it is, or. But yeah, like really cool storyline with that one. I would love to see more. I had such a good time playing that one too. But yes, and the fact that they're the Banished means that you're going to see multiple types of Covenant, I'm guessing, in the future. They seem like they have a lot of future plans for this game, including organized play and lots of other future plans for it, which is very cool. Now, another thing about it is it's up for pre-order right now. There is that Spartan edition. There's a Recon edition for a cheaper price point, but you're not getting as much. You're getting more. You're getting basically twice as many Spartans in the Spartan edition, plus the Banished, plus you're getting terrain in both boxes, but you get a little bit more in the Spartan edition, it looks like, and some deluxe components. There's also an extra deluxe terrain set, which does look really cool. I like that. If you want to get extra dice, a fancy token set, and then if you are looking for a paint set as well. So they have a whole bunch of stuff that you can pre-order on their website. I'll put a link to it in the video description below if you want to check it out. It's called Halo Flashpoint. And if you're going to pre-order, you want to get your pre-orders in before the end of April. I'm not sure when it exactly comes out, but it looks like it's going to be probably later this year. So that'll be pretty exciting. If we get more news, I'll be sure to share it with you guys. But it looks pretty cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Let me know your thoughts on Halo Flashpoint. I will talk to you guys soon. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this whole channel possible. Thank you so much for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. The spice must flow. And so say we all. And always wash your socks.